Today we are at the Ocmulgee Mounds National Historic Park in Middle Georgia, just outside the city of Macon. This space has been continuously populated by Native Americans for almost 17,000 years, and they've left behind some beautiful and amazing earthen mounds. In this video, I will be hiking the property and bringing you along. My name is Don, and today we are in Macon, Georgia. We are here at the site of the Ocmulgee Mounds National Historic Park. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's just jump right in. Located approximately 1 hour and 40 minutes south of the city of Atlanta, the Ocmulgee Mounds National Historic Park is open daily from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. The park does close for Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, and New Year's Day. Our first stop, the Visitor Center. Let's go in and see what's on display. The Visitor Center at the Ocmulgee Mounds National Historic Park has a very large and well-curated selection of artifacts that tell the story of the 17,000 years of human habitation here in the Middle Georgia region. The staff at the park has done a very good job of organizing the artifacts in such a way as to walk us through the significant time periods from 17,000 years ago, when the Native Americans first moved into the area, up to the time when the European explorers and then settlers arrived. The center showcases how the Native Americans lived off the land, and the exhibits go in depth into why they built and how they used these historic earthen mounds for most of the town activities, including storing corn, burying their dead, practicing their religious worship, and living their everyday lives. So we have just left the Visitor Center, and now we are on the trail to start checking out some of the mounds here at the Ocmulgee National Park. First off, there's no fee. It is absolutely free to get in here. There's free parking. The site is managed by the National Park Service. There's a lot of information here talking about all the different exhibits on display. The Visitor Center itself is worth spending a lot of time. There's a theater, so you can take in a film that shows the history of the site, and then being able to walk around and take in some of the mounds and see some of the history here is worth it all by itself. So we're going to start off by checking out this first mound up ahead and kind of get some of the history of what is at this site. So each of the mounds have a different name and a different purpose, it seems like. So this here is called the Cornfield Mound and historic, prehistoric trenches. And they said when they were doing archaeological surveys of this portion of the property, they found the corn cobs. So apparently they were either processing the corn that they would pick after they've been harvested in this area. And not sure why they covered it over, but they found the corn cobs here. There's another mound right here. This one is pretty big. And then over in the distance, we can see some big ones as well. They also had some ceremonial purposes for these mounds. They would bury like their elders. This mound here is called the Ocmulgee's Earth Lodge, and it's supposed to be the oldest ceremonial lodge in America, and it's open for people to go into. It has a tiny doorway you gotta duck to get in. Hopefully it's lighted. They said when they did the excavation, there was seating for about 47 people in here. Wow. We are inside, checking out the structure. Pretty cool. So you can see this is where people would sit There seems to be a little raised area where people would sit, and then they would carry out their different religious ceremonies in here. And they decorated the roofs with timber and thatch and everything. Pretty cool. I wonder if light came in through the top. Wow, interesting. So we make our way back out. So when they built the railway between the coastal town of Savannah to Macon, which was more middle country, back in 1843, and that's a distance of about 160 miles, they built the railway through this area, and in doing so, they damaged a few of the mounds that were in the area. You can see the train tracks behind me. You can see one of the mounds in the distance, and then there's two mounds behind me. There's one here and one here. But you can see that in laying the path for the railway, they may have destroyed some of the mounds that were here. So we're coming up on some steps that's going to take us up to two mounds. There's a lesser mound and then there's a great temple mound. So let's start climbing some stairs. This is where the town site would have been, and then at the very top of this mound there would have been a wooden structure where they would have different ceremonies, etc. There would also be a staircase that would take you to the top. So next move, climbing up to the top. It's a lot of steps. Right away, I can tell you this is an amazing vantage point, because when you get to the top of the stairs, you can see there's a river back here, and then the train is coming through. I can hear the train, but you get a view of the city skyline of Macon, Georgia. So here we are. I can hear the train, I just can't see it. Can you hear it? It would have been nice to see it on the train tracks. So the tracks are still active. You can see the city of Macon over here. You can see the colors on the trees. It's fall here in middle Georgia. And the visitor center that we came from is back that way. We're gonna check out the river. Oh, I can see the train. I can see it vaguely passing through back here. You can see the train from over here. That is so awesome. We are walking down to the river to get a peek of the major water source in this area. Here we are on the banks of the Ocmulgee River. And then the trail continues along the river for some distance. I hope you guys enjoyed my video here from the Ocmulgee National Historic Park in Macon, Georgia. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I hope the pictures and the video did justice to what's out here. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I'm gonna continue exploring.